Still have 12:59. Let's all stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good afternoon. Today is the 1 p.m. Commissioner meeting. First on the agenda, we have Craig with maintenance.
Afternoon. I just got a few updates for you. Got an email from Beriden. Their install date, 5/18/26. They have their equipment in their shipping department right now, waiting on confirmation when that'll be shipped out to us, and then I can coordinate with Frontline to get them down here and get it wired up before they show up.
And that's for the clock and the bells, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I get confused on
Yeah.
what companies
So do I.
Do you know how long they will be on site to put install that, did they say?
5 days.
5 days, okay. So we're looking potentially that could be done by the 1st of June then.
Yeah, it should be, yes.
So what about the project with scaffolding? Is it still going to be there on 5/18?
Most likely not. Well, I can't really say that. I don't know how long it's going to take and the weather hold out for them painting and everything. They're planning on, Kramer's planning on removing the bell later this week and start the clock painting in about a week or two, just depending on weather. So I think they're getting ready to schedule for the steeple part to be removed this week or next week, depending on weather. And once they get that done, they're just going to start from the top and keep moving down. I've seen soffit pieces over there right now, so they're getting what they can installed on that right now. And once the loopers get here, they're just going to keep on moving down from it. So they didn't really give me an estimated of how long it'll take to complete it.
Okay.
And then the heaters for the courthouse, they are about a week or two out. They're still waiting on that blower wind curtain to get delivered. That's what took the longest to get that in. That's about all I got for you for today.
You guys got anything? Have we got any plan to throw some grass seed down on the bare spots over there?
Yes.
Okay.
That was part of the thing I was going to try and get to today, but we had some issues with the courthouse. I've been on the phone with Barry G Controls for about 3 hours this morning.
On that, the plaque that we talked about earlier, did you check the size of that hole out there versus that plaque?
No, I didn't.
So on the Revolutionary War plaque that he's going to put back up, I don't know, it was in the hallway right there where I don't know if a lot of people have seen it, but I didn't know if they would, I thought about mounting it on the outside of the courthouse. That would be a good spot to cover that hole up on that front corner. And it would be mounted out where everybody could see it. I didn't know if that would be, if it's big enough to cover that hole, if we should check with those people to make sure they're okay with that, or should we, I don't know how to proceed with that.
I'm assuming it's bronze or something?
Yeah, it's bronze plaque, yeah.
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 I think it's a great idea to cover that hole if it will.
And then it'll be outside where everybody can see it at any time.
Yeah.
So I guess we will just, let's double check the size of that hole, and if maybe we're talking about something that doesn't really matter, but if it's not big enough to cover it, but if it's big enough to cover it, should we get with that person that questioned you about why it wasn't put back up and make sure they're okay with it being outside?
I'm hoping that whoever's coming in here,
And check with her today?
yeah,
Okay,
that
okay.
would be,
Yeah, I can go double check the size too once I get down here.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good, because we've got somebody coming in that we can ask if they're fine with that here at 2:15, if you can get us a size on that.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Craig.
yep. Any other questions? Nope. All right, thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig.
Jail maintenance?
We doing, Jim?
Good.
Just got a couple updates for you guys today. The water softener unit was installed on Friday. During the installation, we were removing the heads. One of the head units on the container 2 failed, so it's a good call on going ahead and replacing everything on that. So that is in good shape. Everything's working and no complaints on that now. So hopefully it'll keep going.
Are your customers down there happy?
Yes, very happy. No more salty water taste. The secondary thing I got for you is the last month we had a really good sunny month, so we should be able to get a good update on what the solar panel savings on that is. So hopefully on the next meeting I'll have those numbers for you and what our bills, and see what dropped from last year to this year from usages.
Okay.
Other than that, we're still continuing the restoration project over there, getting everything cleaned up and, making it look nice. I think you guys will be really happy with what you'll see over there. Resurfacing the showers, found another epoxy that's working great on it, and we'll be getting those showers all cleaned up, and I was able to save all the gratings, so at worst case scenario, we'll be probably just looking at 1 or 2 replacements on those, so.
Okay.
Other than that, we're still moving along.
They coordinate with you at all on the blacktop in the alley beside the building?
I haven't heard anything on that, so.
I just wasn't sure, they're supposed to do it, but I'm assuming, is there anything you guys need to do to prepare for them to do that, or? I would think-
There might be a couple things. I'll reach out to Jason and get a date set for that so that we can be able to make sure if we have any deliveries or anything, it's not going to affect them.
Yeah, you might keep that in mind, because
Absolutely.
we give them to go ahead to do that, so I'm saying now that the weather's turning, I'd say they should be getting on it.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. So I'll get with Jason and
Okay,
touch base with him.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I got for you.
all right, thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Sheriff's Department?
I've got nothing, so.
Okay.
Please get something else.
I was going to add to, so he installed an electrical outlet on the south side of the jail for us to be able to park a pool car down there and hook it up to a charger. There's also an additional spot that I've coordinated with Jason Bailey for the coroner's truck. He's going to park the coroner's truck there and keep it on a charge. Because they just got that new stuff installed that it needs to keep it on a charger. The only other thing I have for you, and this is not, I'm not representing the sheriff's office, just as an employee of the county. So it's come to, I've had several employees ask me about, does the county offer an employee assistance program? So I did some research. I asked Amy, I talked to Patty with the insurance, and she said that there is an EAP program. However, the only people who are eligible are those who are enrolled in the voluntary long-term disability for the county. I don't know if you're familiar with EAP. The reason it's come up with us is because any time an employee's involved in any kind of traumatic event or something like that, I think of it because of the law enforcement side, EMS, lots of other, any employee could experience some trauma. The EAP program offers things like counseling for depression, grief, loss of emotional well-being, family or marital relationship issues. There's a list of things that it offers assistance for. It's like 3 sessions with a counselor, either in person or over the phone. It's a really good program that almost all municipalities and counties have. So I wanted to make sure that we were able to offer that to the employees. When I found out that it was only eligible to those enrolled in the long-term disability, though, I thought, man, that's not a lot of, because I've looked at that and it's crazy expensive for that long-term disability. So I asked Patty, I said, is there a way to offer it to all employees? Like, what would that take? And that's something that would have to be discussed or negotiated during the annual renewals in June or July. The reason I'm bringing this to your attention is I think that's something that when you guys are negotiating for the insurance, that if we could offer that to all the employees, I think that's a huge benefit. Helps to reduce long-term mental health costs and stuff for the employees on their insurance. I just got some numbers. There's 211 total employees for the county, and 175 of them are full-time, so eligible for benefits. And out of all of those, only 26 people are enrolled in this program, or have eligibility to this program because they're in the long-term disability thing. So none of the other employees have this emergency assistance or employee assistance program.
Okay.
So I've got the printouts that Patty sent, if you want to take a look at them.
Does this coincide with the mental health issue that she talked about, she presented to us, that would have for people to call in? Is this the same thing that she talked to us about?
I honestly don't know. I wasn't here for.
Is this something different?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's mental health services through insurance. This is slightly different. It's more for like I think, as I understood it, it's more for like traumatic events and stuff like that that
Okay.
people are involved in. I was just surprised to hear that only the people in that program have access to it.
Yeah.
I don't know that it would even get used that much, but you never know. I think it could be a very beneficial thing to the employees.
Yeah, we did sign, or we did talk with her the last time about additional services like that when she was in here, but it's all over the phone.
Yeah, this would be, as I read it, it would
Okay.
be over the phone or in-person sessions, and it's limited, it's only for 3 sessions.
Do you have a flyer that I can put my
Yep.
stuff, and then we'll talk with Patty next time she comes in?
The top one is the flyer, and then the bottom one is more the explanation for the
Okay.
employees. And I can email it to you if you'd like as well. And this is, I'll give this to you too. This is the email that I got back from her. She just emailed me right as I was sitting in here.
Okay.
It's something that's negotiated with the insurance. Those are the numbers that I've given you.
Okay.
That's all I had, unless you have any questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lee.
All right, well, we're ahead of schedule here by 20 minutes before Jason's expected to be in here. You guys want to do paperwork now?
Sure.
Paperwork
First and foremost, do we know anything about Patterson?
He never got back with me. I sent him a message, and he has not gotten back with me. So I don't know whether we just want, I asked him to wait, if he would waive it, and I've never got a response back.
You just think, I mean, we're, at the rate we're going, we're probably gonna get hit with another one, right? So would you think we should just go ahead and pay
I
that?
mean, we're gonna get hit with another one no matter what
Let's-
anyway, because of the way the bills are done around here. I mean.
So, I
this
mean,
would
just
be
pay it, and then when
3
we,
weeks behind.
when we have any type of work that we need to get done, and he bids on it, we need to have a reminder about what happened, and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yes, yeah.
So I'd say just go ahead and pay him, maybe.
Let's do that. I was hoping he would have responded, but. Because we also have that bill for the, you know, that we got that, about the,
If you guys don't vote on it, I'll pay it this week.
can I get that in the form of a motion to pay this past due invoice for Patterson's?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we're gonna pay the, if we paid a late fee, we still got $2,000.
I'll get it paid.
Of that
I'll have
grant.
Dawn do it tomorrow.
So, and it's funny, because I was going through my text message, and I clearly told them in the text messages that we were waiting on a grant
Yep.
for that. So,
I think it's March the 16th.
do we have a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of March 16th?
Make a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Claims and payroll.
Do we have a motion to pay the claims and payroll?
Make a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 That's all I have.
Did I forward you guys a quote from Barnes and Thornburg on the 3 ordinances?
Yes, you did.
Okay. It's $15,000 for all 3.
So that's, I mean, that original quote we got didn't reflect those numbers. It was something totally different than that.
The original quote was from HWC, but I think it was only 2.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
only 2.
So I don't know if we can get clarification and have them, HWC, do that, or whether, if they add that to it. They did ask me when I talked to them on the phone, they're like, well, I said, well, it was a matter of how many times they had to come down here and meet and do stuff that was kind of in what their concern was. And I just basically told them that it would be planning and zoning and everybody involved in it to put a draft together, then all that would be ran through a public meeting.
Right.
Just like we have in the past, and then it would come to us. So it'd probably be 1 or 2 meetings, you know, for them to come down here.
Do we need to redo the solar since we just did the solar? I know we don't have the battery pack and the,
Yeah, because it's not very good.
well, but you paid an attorney to do it.
I know. In my opinion, the solar ordinance is as simple as leaving everything the same and just doubling all the setbacks.
But you don't think by us doing that, that you're gonna force the state into sitting there overriding our ordinance?
They have, there are several other counties that they have not done that. And the state wants to keep it in the local hands. So,
Okay.
the main concern that I have with it is that if you see what's going on in Dearborn County's solar ordinance was not that bad. It was not bad. But is what happened to people don't want it, and that's the reason why they're redoing their ordinance.
Okay.
So, I understand we did spend a lot of time and money on it. There was a lot of effort that went into that, and it still goes to the BZA, but,
But reason I'm bringing, if you sit there and make it too strict, where none can be built in the state of Indiana, do you think Indiana will sit there and just say nobody's ordinance is any good, it's gonna go by the state?
they've
Just
done
like they
that.
did the telephone.
That's what I was gonna say, they did that with, well,
I'm just
the
saying.
advantage, some of these ordinances that are across the state, I mean, there's really strong ones, like in Boone County, Indiana, that, like, I mean, it's pretty much telling them no.
Yeah.
And they have more, in my opinion, they have more rural area, vast area for that type of stuff. But yeah, if the state comes down and does that way, then they can call their state reps. When people say that it's not good enough, or why is this happening in my backyard, I can say, well, you call your state rep, not me, because we've done our due diligence. That's kind of my thought on it. And I don't know how, they've done like 20 of them. Barnes and Thornburg's done like 20 of them already in Ripley County, or in Indiana. So,
Well, I guess the next thing is, do we have the funds to pay for it? If we do this.
I mean, I guess that's a question for Amy. We probably don't have enough in contractual services. We'd have to do an additional appropriation or a transfer.
So would that go through,
Your contractual services are all accounted for.
so would this go through planning and zone, I mean, would it go through that office? So they would ask for an appropriation, so we're gonna give them a go-ahead, yes or no, to do this, and then they will ask for an appropriation to pay for it once it's done, or are we gonna do all that? Is it up to us to get all this appropriation?
I mean, I don't know the answer, Roger. I would say that.
I mean, if it's a task that through the planning and zoning, if that's part of their purview, then they should be the ones that saying, okay, we want to do this and we want to get these new ordinances made. And then we would say, yeah, we agree with you. I just don't think we should be force feeding them something and tell them this is what you're going to do, this is what it's going to cost. Now you guys sign off on it and then come bring it back to us. They should be doing the legwork to get it done.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
So put the additional appropriation. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
money in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the last one, how they paid for the last one.
I think they done legal fees, I think, what's his name, Graff? Who was at McGrath, I think he did it, and I think it was just done through legal fees.
I mean,
They may have had this for appropriation.
They did, and legal fees is what they did, because another attorney.
So you're saying we should have asked Tad to put an additional appropriation?
Yeah, I think it should be.
Because remember Pat
Yeah.
said it on all of
Yeah.
them, he's the one that did it all, he
Yeah.
did all of that.
Yeah, I'm for it, but I just think it should be driven by that office, if they have the purview over it.
Yes. And if Tad doesn't want to take that on, it's going to happen after he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is fine.
yeah.
So do we need to vote on this to pass it on to them, or?
I wouldn't vote on it.
No.
I mean,
Okay,
Look, I don't think that would require a vote, like Amy said, but what you might do is if you know a range of what those quotes are, might suggest that they seek out an additional appropriation for what's being requested to ensure that the money's going to be there before you enter into a contract. Because, I mean, you kind of
And,
have the
I mean-
money appropriated, or know that it's available.
In planning and zoning, like, I'm fine with planning and zoning making the recommendation or picking who they want out of the two. Because they're the ones that are gonna be working directly with it, right? It's just,
I
yeah,
agree 100%.
yeah, who do they want to work with,
Yeah.
right?
so I guess we just ask them to proceed on this.
Yeah, asking
Get additional
to get an additional
appropriations.
appropriation, I'd probably do it at 15,000, because that seems to be the difference. And then, and see, maybe, I mean, we have 2 quotes, so it's a matter of
Should you
planning.
ask just for a little bit more in case something comes up, or what? A couple thousand, that's what I'm looking at, maybe. Just be on the safe side, they just don't spend it.
I think there
and
just
it
needs
goes
to be
on.
some clarification on what HWC would charge if they did all 3 with the data center.
Yeah, yep, yep.
So, that's that. The interesting thing is, when I was in Virginia last week, and they have like the second most data centers in the United States. My brother-in-law's actually building 3 of them. And you gotta see, these things are built in, they're subdivisions. I got a picture of one of these 3-stack data centers in the backyard of a 300, probably $1 million house. Like, I mean, just across the woods, like, but the interesting thing about it is, and since he's building these things, right, they're all air-cooled. So they have big air conditioners and chillers on the top of them that are forcing air through these data centers. The ones that they're wanting to build for AI are water-cooled, but he checked with one of his colleagues that's building a water-cooled, and they're all closed-loop, water chilled. So I still think there's a lot of misinformation out there on data centers. And I think that needs to strong, like, I mean, whoever's writing, when the ordinance is being written, what are the parameters? I mean, I got out of the vehicle and stood next to 5 of these things, and you couldn't hear a damn thing. Like, it's just, you know,
Said on the internet.
I'm telling you, I was fortunate enough, like, I was fortunate enough to know someone that's in the, I mean, my brother-in-law's construction company is building several of these things, and I was in a neighborhood where they're at. I mean, so I caution everybody to do your due diligence when you're talking about it, because when I talked to the attorney, he said that if we start talking data centers, he goes, you're going to get more people to your meeting talking about data centers than you are anything. But I'm not advocating for it or against it, I just think that people, based off of what I saw, until I go to a water-cooled one, that's the only difference than the 20 that I saw last week. It's right in a really high-end neighborhood, Ashbury, Virginia. I mean, someone wants to build a $5 billion investment in your community. My opinion, at least they're buying the land and paying property tax on it.
Yeah.
But, so, there's that, for whatever it's worth.
Okay.
So,
The other things don't pay property tax.
it could be, I hadn't seen what solar's gonna bring in. I did, it wasn't worth it. Jason Edwards.
How you doing, Jason?
You're awfully smiley
I
today.
am. It's a nice sunshiny day. 5/4/26 chip and seal starts, weather permitting. 210 miles.
Wow. It's a big goal.
It is.
Any indication to make sure it sticks a little bit better, or kind of our situation that we had with some of those roads last year?
Thinks it was rushed, the last part. That 1,000 was the last stretch.
Okay,
He thinks they rushed it. So they're having a course 26th of this month,
okay,
or April, from Asphalt Materials. Tell everybody, refresher, how to spray oil and how to lay rock.
okay.
Yeah, kind of like we did that a few years ago.
Have you looked at A75 North?
Yeah, that's one of the last roads
Okay,
too.
okay.
That's why we think they
It's
rushed
pretty
it.
bad.
Trying
Is
to
that
correct
the one that
it.
comes out of Batesville there? I mean, the one coming out of Batesville back, like the back way.
Delaware. Yeah, Delaware's bad too.
Yeah, it's
There's
pretty,
like 4 roads
it's
altogether.
bad.
It looked like there's a section of Michigan Road too.
That was a lead out on the truck. It was too far out in front of the chip box, and it didn't, that's why it didn't stick, because it was a different type of oil. The
Okay,
high-tac RS2, and they didn't know, so that's part of the class too.
okay.
So
All
that'd
right,
be-
well, the main thing is we know what
Right.
could have potentially happened, so it doesn't happen again.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
because,
That was that foreman that quit in January. It was his roads, and he was trying to hurry up and get it done, and he was running out of time, so.
okay,
O'Mara starts on CCMG mid-April. I don't have a date, just,
Mid-April?
Mid-April, yeah.
Well, that's early.
yeah. He said that they don't have much work going on, and we're one of the first and biggest he's got, so.
really?
Let's see. 25 East Bridge. I still haven't heard back from CSX. I emailed him when I talked to you last week. And he won't return my emails. I've tried to call him, no answer. I'm just kind of waiting to see if he does email me back.
Okay, but you did find some other information
From
out.
3 or 4, where we did half the bridge and they paid for the other half. I'm not sure why they did that. It don't state it in the minute.
When O'Mara was gonna start again?
Mid-April. Yeah, second week, I'm guessing. So I don't know why they paid half and we paid half. It don't say. So we researched it all day Thursday, and it was gonna go today, but we're busy with other stuff, but we'll get to it. We're trying to figure it out. I talked to Jeff last week about driveway permits. I'm still getting driveways just thrown in without a permit. I'd like to start charging for them and hold people accountable for it, kind of like other counties do, Dearborn County does. I don't know what kind of ordinance we have to have for that.
I don't know if we put anything in the.
We talked about, remember that?
Permit about a late fee or failure to file,
Failure to file, I guess it would be,
failure to apply.
yeah, or something, just hold them accountable. You know, if they can afford to build a house, they can afford a $25 permit for a driveway. That way we know what pipe they're putting in. That's the big thing.
I'll have to take a look at that ordinance.
Okay, I don't have anything about it, so
So that, right now, they get their permit through planning, right?
they have to come to me first, county garage. We go out and look at it, tell them what size pipe they need, how much stone, sign off on it, they bring it to Tad, and he gives them the building permit.
Okay.
Well, some of them just say they have an existing driveway, and then right beside
So
it, they
you're
put,
wanting to start charging for a driveway permit?
say they have an existing driveway, yes. The existing driveway, well, right beside it, they'll put a 40-foot driveway in there, and just let that existing one kind of get
So now,
resolved.
so to clarify, you're wanting them to pay $25 when they come to you?
Yeah, to pay my guys time to go out there.
Right,
and
but
look
I
at
thought
stuff,
you were
yeah.
saying they weren't getting a permit, we was going to want, you was wanting to be able to fine them for not having a permit.
That too.
So that's,
Yeah,
I think
there's
that's
no-
more in question.
Two different things.
That's
Oh,
two
yeah,
different
sorry.
things,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's no repercussions on somebody just throwing a 4-inch piece of drain tile in a ditch. It requires a 15-inch pipe.
I mean, now, the $25 permit fee, that's pretty easy. We
Yeah, it's not
decide-
very much. It's just paying.
Yeah, we just to decide on if that's what we want to do, but if we need to have an ordinance in place where if they don't have that, if
Right.
we're going to fine them, it ought to be more than the $25.
Oh, yeah, so I don't know. I don't
You
want to put
But
them
that may already
monitor.
be part of the ordinance, if they fail to get one, that there might be a punishable.
It should be
fine.
like some kind of fine, you know, like you don't get one, you got 30 days to get it. And if you still don't get it, well, then it goes on your taxes or we have to tear it out. But what,
Statute basically provides on the first offense, if you can fine them up to $2,500 and $7,500 for a second.
I wasn't going to hurt them like that. I think a couple $100 or something. Just gotta get their attention.
But that may be already in there.
I don't know.
It's just a matter of getting that information probably from you
Right,
to Ted or whomever, and then a letter being sent to address that.
okay.
Let them know what, I don't think that's with me, I don't think that,
Maybe try to pull Dearborn counties and see what it looks like, and
Okay.
that way John doesn't have to recreate the wheel here.
Yeah, we just see a lot around springtime, people put in little bitty pipes in a ditch that's deep, and then they say, well, I got water backing up. No kidding. I mean,
Yeah,
Jason, if they have a separate permit fee for the highway department,
Mhm.
where they have to come to you and have you sign off and pay a fee?
yeah, the foremans or I do.
If you've got that ordinance or can get that.
I don't have
get
any.
that to me. As far as the other one goes, I think we just need to review what the existing driveway, because the main thing we did with that one is we amended the existing 911 driveway permit fee to allow that it could be for a driveway where there's not a permanent home like improvement type thing.
Oh, I
It's for
remember
that
that.
driveway cut, if somebody just has a building out there on their ground. But I think that's the part that carried the fine provision in it.
But
Okay.
you know you don't have one.
No,
Right, so
I've
we need to
seen-
make the ordinance for him to charge the $25.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Yeah, that's
you-
what I'm asking then, I
If you're
guess.
wanting to charge a fee for your people going out and assessing it, taking a look at it.
Right.
Verifying it, that would be in addition to the cost associated with the installation, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Just $25, go out and look at it, tell them what they need, we'll put it in for free. I mean, it don't cost that for that, so.
Do you have a copy of Dearborn County's?
No, I can get one. I'll call Tim down there and get it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we'll do whatever we need to do, as long as we just get all our bases covered, make sure.
Okay,
And I believe in the past, Jason, this might even have already been written up because previous commissioners said no to this.
yeah, they did. That's
So
why I
that's what I'm
told
getting
Jeff.
at. I'm not saying I'm for or against or anything, but there might be something already written.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but that's why I
You
asked.
brought it to us.
Yeah, I did. That was, what, 3 years ago or something?
Yeah. So,
But we have another issue with culverts not flowing water.
Right, we took care of that today, some of it.
Right, but I'm just saying if it's,
I don't know what to
needs
do about
replaced
that.
or whatever, nobody's taking care of it or whatever.
Yeah. I
So,
don't know how you push that issue with them either.
in the past, haven't we sent people letters? John sent people
Yeah.
letters
I
saying that they
remember,
need
yeah,
to
we
be
did on
fixed
600 to
within.
get it fixed. I could try that approach, see what happens. But I did talk to the homeowner at 600 and 100 West today. And he's gonna go ahead and get his pipes.
Yeah.
So I found he was on
That may
training
be-
last week.
Not to interrupt, Jason, sorry.
That's all right.
I apologize for that. But that may be something where on the driveway permit, maybe we ought to address it right there if it becomes clogged. And then based upon our sole determination of the highway department, that can be
We could add that in there.
replaced.
Right.
And the cost of that, billed to them and sue for it, et cetera.
Yeah,
I mean, because the main thing is that you see is water getting backed up on the road, and
Mm-hmm.
it freezes and thaws and, you know, things
there's
like that. It
600.
causes-
Or
Yep.
hydroplane even when it's not frozen.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
in about, what is that, a mile and a half stretch, there was 3 places all backed up with water I seen the
Mm-hmm.
other day.
And some of them put rock in front of them, a big rock,
Yeah,
right in front of the pipe. So we move them out of the way.
Thinks he's a beaver.
I guess, he comes out there chewing on a piece of wood.
it's
Last
very
thing
hard
is,
on the roads.
I've got a 2017 Freightliner dump truck. It's just parked because it's broke. We replaced a piece of the exhaust, was $3,000. They want $10,000 for the other 2 pieces to make it run right. The truck's not worth that. I'm requesting, I'm gonna put it up for sale, get what I can out of it, because it won't run without that. And then it just go for parts or whatever. It's just
Why won't it run? Because of
The, something to do with the DEF system exhaust, how they got the
Okay.
sensors. The
Can you
center
take the
section-
depth off of it?
They did that with the other truck, and it was set up in Indianapolis for 2 months, and it still don't run right. That was
Really?
way ago, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Kind of no, too.
Well, I think,
No,
I
you
think,
legally can now.
yeah.
Oh, you can?
You can eliminate.
Federal government, I believe, had, the EPA and the Donald Trump's administration have cut all of it.
Really?
I was under the impression the only thing they took off was the limp mode thing to where you can continue to run on the highway, that it won't shut you down. I don't know that they've removed all that other.
Well, I know
Maybe-
for the farmers, they'll let them take them off their tractors. I know that.
Yep, that is true.
That was what they said.
But I believe they lifted all the fines. The only state I believe is California still has theirs.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Of course.
But yeah, it just costs too much to fix it. So it's, wash our hands with it, and be done with it.
So you're gonna get a new truck?
No, not this year.
Not this
Or
year.
next year. We got a bridge to pay for.
So that was your spare?
Kinda, yeah, it's just
Okay.
it's set on.
He wants to get rid of it so he doesn't have a truck to drive.
That's
in the
right.
wintertime.
Push snow.
Hey, I was in the truck a lot this winter.
I mean, is there any parts on it that we can use on any of our other
Well,
trucks?
Just one under Freightliner we got.
I mean, will that truck bring anything? Not running?
$1,000 maybe. Somebody that's worth the parts to, that's it.
That's a shame. I
Yeah, the
mean,
bed's rotted out,
And what year is it?
17. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, that's pretty, I mean.
pretty rough. It's pretty bad. But all the other trucks, knock on wood, are in good shape.
9-year-old truck.
Bridge 9, did you guys get down there?
I don't,
Cave Hill
have not,
Bridge.
I've been not been, no.
I haven't been down yet, no. Sorry.
We're
It
done here.
just-
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
gotta make a living.
It's all opened up, ready to go. Wait on the Patriot for boring. And as soon as we get the hydros back on all that, then we could figure out concrete and go from there. So, and then he's gonna do appraisals this month, well, April.
Any indication that landowner's not gonna work with us?
They're all pretty happy with the new bridge going in.
Cool. Good.
So as soon as we get all the hydraulics back, figure out all, the only thing we don't have yet is a contracted concrete company, and that's it.
No.
But I gotta wait on the hydraulics to figure out how much concrete we need.
And is that, will they be doing the excavating too for the footers and, or you guys?
Oh, yeah, no, we will. We'll have to dig everything out. They'll come in and pour it and then pin it to the bedrock. And once it
This
sets
is
up.
Bridge 9.
Bridge, yeah, K-Field Bridge. I think it's 28 days for the concrete to cure. Then that'll be March next year, so.
When are you gonna start that?
March 27.
Even if the creek's up?
They could do the abutments, I guess, and then build cofferdams to hopefully.
March 27th of 2027, correct?
Yeah, somewhere around in that neck of the woods, but
So,
Nope.
Kind of back up on the truck just a minute. Are you going to put that up for sale pretty soon, or?
I can. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, because we're going to have the coroner's van that we're going to, I mean, would you go
Okay.
put it on the county website? Is that what you're going to do, or how
I
would you?
can. I can do that, or you got one to put up on another auction. It don't
I
matter.
don't think we got enough to justify having an auction, do you? I mean, that would only be two things, and I thought.
I don't have anything from,
You know,
I pretty much cleaned it all up from
and
last.
I haven't heard, I think maybe we can, if you just kind of hold on to it here a few weeks till that coroner's van's ready, and then we
That's
can
fine.
put
It's
them
not
both
going
on the
anywhere.
website. and-
I actually, one of the graders has something to do with the EGR system. It's like $3,700 to fix it. I'm not fixing it either. I got one grader that's good, the other one could be sold or wherever you see fit. That was just the parts.
I mean, is it
That's
worth-
not the
is it
labor.
worth to get it fixed and resell it?
It's got like 11,000 hours or something on it. It's way up there, pretty wore out.
I mean, what are those, 15 years old now?
I think they're 15, ain't they? 14, somewhere in there.
It was the greater, was we going to have one of them rebuilt?
We supposed to, yeah, then the bridge came along, we're kind of moved away from that, jumped on the bridge.
Okay.
So we could have three things to sell then.
If you want to. It's just sitting there. They could just sit there,
You don't think that grader, if you fix it, you're gonna get
we probably,
50,000 out of it?
probably 30 maybe. I mean, I'll fix it, I can have them fix it if that's
I
what you
mean,
want.
fix it and then sell it. I mean, I think it'd be worth more money. I mean, if you
That's
think
fine.
you could if you think you can make your money back, right?
I mean, otherwise, what do you think it'll go for without fixing it?
I don't know nothing about graders.
Yeah.
20, 25.
I mean, things were $350,000 brand new. I think when we bought them out for, when we bought the lease out on it, it cost us $120,000 a piece. That was not too much before you came in.
6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah,
And then the transmission went out of one, yeah.
yeah, as soon as we bought them, we had issues with them.
I can go, y'all have them fix it. I mean, it's
I
just-
mean, you get your money back, I would think.
Yeah, just do a
Spend
little,
$3,500 to fix it, you know, and then,
it's just,
do a little
Just set
research on it and see what they are going for and see
okay,
if you can justify it a little
that's
bit.
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just sitting there,
I mean,
nothing,
you're not buying any of the equipment where you could trade it in or anything, are you?
just that ply. Paper. I haven't even found one. I've been busy with other stuff.
That's kind of where I was going. If we was going to get that one rebuilt, maybe we could use this as a trade-in on part of that value, but yeah.
I mean, we can, I can offer it to them.
Yeah.
Maybe I can tell them it needs the EGR and they give us half of what the paper's worth for or something. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
do that with it.
Yeah, do a little digging on that.
Okay,
All right. Thank you, Jason.
that's it. All
Thanks,
right.
Thank
Jason.
you.
Shit, we're way ahead.
We have 20 minutes till
Well,
Kyla gets
I
here.
think we need to bring this up and vote on if we want that there or not, because they got a meeting, I think, Wednesday night. Park board.
Has anyone come and
No,
asked us?
they asked at the park board meeting, I was there, assuming they wanted me to try to take care of it, to see if it was okay to put there.
What are we talking about? 10 minutes?
They are wanting to put a
4-H is wanting to put a different building, like to tie up cattle or something,
Yeah, it's a corral type
a
thing.
corral away from the fairgrounds on the new property we have.
Yeah. Here, slide that, let them look at it so they got a better idea. The black square is basically where they want to put it. And it's a 40 by 120 foot. Supposedly, I guess it's fenced in to where they can tie the cattle up instead of in the barn. They take them out there.
And it will be movable.
I don't know.
It's not a permanent structure.
No, they think it's permanent.
I thought it was
If
just a lot.
you, it is, but they're going to be putting fence up. I don't have the other letter with me that they give us in January.
Why so far away from the cattle barn?
I guess keep away from the goat smell and away from people so they settle down. I guess that's their thoughts, but I don't like the location because it's out in the middle everywhere.
So what's the board think on that?
They said it was needed to bring it to the commissioners to see if we would want that. And I say no, not in that location. That's why I got the big picture so you could see where it's gonna be from what we bought. You can review it again.
If it's, this is my personal opinion,
And it would be a fenced-in area?
I don't think we should, sorry, go ahead, Ron.
I just think if this is something that the commissioners have to decide on, then whoever's wanting to do this needs to come to us and tell us what they're wanting to do, so we can ask questions and find out a little bit more about what's going on, and that way it's not a, okay, you misunderstood what we was wanting to do. I think whoever's wanting to do it should come to us and ask for what they're wanting to do.
Okay, but they're gonna scrape the dirt off and put stone.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they want the water and electric ran to it. So it's permanent.
Yeah. Well, now, not, yes and no. I mean,
Well, I don't want it out in the middle of everything. If we decide to put a baseball field out in the middle there, we don't need that fenced-in lot. So, I was at the meeting and I know what went on,
Yeah,
so.
I just have a lot of questions regarding why and the why. I mean, my family goes to the fair, you think I want to walk halfway across the fair to go look at the cows?
I think it's more for an evening after everything's done.
Yeah.
I would just like,
Yeah, but the fair's been going on for, how many years? And they've always been in the barn.
They got, I guess it's too crowded. And it hurts the cow's performances, according to some of the people, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with Roger. I mean, I know you know what's
Well,
going
that's
on with
fine.
it, but
I don't care, I'm
They-
just trying to get it done and over
yeah,
with.
because here's the reality of it is we were to end up getting the Thomas and Skinner property there, and in that road easement that goes through there, you're basically putting something right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's too early to be running up and trying to figure out, we got this new ground here, let's figure out where things are going, but yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's got to come to us, because that ground right there is not the park board ground. That is the commissioner's ground. So, we didn't buy it and give it to the park.
Right. Because this is the local,
If the cattle barn has become too small, and when you look at where it's at, kind of now in the center of the fairgrounds, should they consider, I hate to spend more money, if the cattle barn is not big enough, do they just go further over to that southwest area?
Yeah, I think there's
With a
a,
totally new structure, and then put some other building or use?
I mean, supposedly there's a lot of moving parts as to what people are wanting to do over there that I'm not sure we're all in to know. Rumor has it
No,
that
well, you could-
nonprofit, someone's wanting to build this and build that, but we're not in the know on any of it.
yeah. I thought the location they should put it is where the llama barn is, and go west, right beside them trees.
I haven't been to the fair before, I didn't even know they had llamas.
Well, that's what I think they call it. It's the newest building over there. I could show you.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of different exotic livestock out there that people.
This building here. And I thought they got room to put it in here.
Because this was always the old swine
Still
still
has the white fence in front of the horse barn.
And
So that's usually where they tie up.
Right.
They should add it right out here.
There's a lot of room there.
Think about it. have some of them out.
There's got to be a separation,
That's
there's got to be
more common.
So they really want to keep this camera outside with no shelter? That's what
Yeah.
I asked.
I think they might put a tent up when they're using it.
Heat, stress? You think they want shade?
They always hide cattle out up there between trailers, and they're finding out that can get dangerous because if they jump, scrape their legs or something on their wheel wells or stuff like that.
Right. But I thought there was a rule that they had to keep them inside, not out tied up on the trailers. Supposedly, yes. Okay. So, okay, we'll just wait for them to come to us then.
Yeah, if
Everybody's
anybody's asked,
listening.
if it comes up, tell them, and they need to.
Bring it to
Whoever's
us.
wanting to put that in, the 4-H, they need to come to us with, and let
We
us, so
will.
we can ask questions, and it'll be officially recorded, and that way there's no miscommunication on what's expected.
Okay. It's fine.
Let's see here, do we want to take a break? We got 15 minutes.
Sure.
I mean, unless you guys got something.
I'm going to look at my coat. You guys in the bathroom, go ahead.
Did you have anything for us?
For John,
Okay.
So, are you,
he's the one that's supposed to have been dealing with it if they ever get it done. You want me to go ahead and say it?
No, I'll wait till the meeting starts back up in 15 minutes. Sorry, I should have before.
No, you're fine.
how you doing today? Good to see you.
How you doing?
Good to see you. Yeah, be careful with that goofy step down there.
I don't know what I did with the
I've seen people trip over it.
but I don't know where I put it.
He used to work. He worked for boat truckers.
Mhm.
Goes out there
Yeah.
and just, I didn't know a whole lot about it. He started telling me some of those things, because they come in different sizes. It's like, you know, you want to supersize it, or not. So
Yeah.
It's like small, medium, or large, and
Yeah.
for us, I mean, there's like nothing off the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still educating myself.
Yeah.
It's like, you're exactly right, you need to educate yourself.
Excuse me.
It's like you got first, you know, I understand. But then after talking with him, if you talk, you still kind of live in that world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kid you not, how this shit's crazy. I mean, these are all data centers in Virginia. Each one of these buildings, data center, data center. They're building,
They're rolling with it,
let's see here. I mean, this is one my brother-in-law's building. They're getting ready to drop chillers on it this week. These are all data centers. And then here's one being built behind these houses. Look at that.
right?
It's a double stack, I mean, right there, right on the other side of the woods. And these are fancy houses. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not willing to miss an opportunity.
Not either. Like, I mean, I'm dead set against solar, and no one's gonna change my mind on it, because that is a hot topic, political issue, and it's nothing that I wanna play with here in Ripley County. So, and I can find 100 different reasons, but that, and all that does is pit neighbors. If a solar company wanted to put solar in, buy the damn ground, deal with it yourself. Don't pit neighbors against each other, and don't pit, and, you know what I'm saying? So, but on a data center, if someone comes in there, and I live between Summon and 74, there's all them fields there, farmer goes in there and sells that thing for $15 million, and they put a data center in. It's a $5 billion assessed value building that the county would lower your property tax and everything. I mean,
We need that definitely.
yeah.
I mean, so, yeah, I'm
And,
right here.
and it's funny because I think it's what stirred it. I think it's all political now, because as soon as, like, no one even knew what this stuff was around here, okay? And then as soon as they decided, well, we want all the AI stuff in our own country, now, from a political standpoint, you got people like Bernie Sanders saying, well, we're not gonna put any in until they do this and do that. He's just saying that because he knows it's a political issue. They're political jockeying this. And, I mean, I am with solar, I'll be the first to admit it. But when it comes to like this stuff, I want to be open-minded. If someone's going to come in here, I'm not saying we need one on every corner. I'm just saying, if someone comes in, like in these industrial parks we have over here, if you could, they buy the ground, they pay the property tax on it, and build a $5 billion.
So especially, I didn't know, I thought they had to be water cooled, but it doesn't sound like it, so.
No, the only
Oh,
ones
I
that
didn't have a problem with them,
The
because I
only-
figured they wasn't nothing.
Yeah, the only ones that are water cooled,
Adam.
like I said, are the AI ones. They run a lot hotter supposedly.
So I wonder if the one that they have down in Clark County, see, they got a Meta down there, it's a big sucker, it probably is.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna check on the one they're building in Boone County. Facebook's building one, I think, yeah, Meta's building one up there by the Eli Lilly project.
Yeah.
And my buddy lives up there.
Sit on our
So
watch.
I'm gonna see what that's like once they do it. Now, people are complaining up there because of the construction. But, you know,
I can, if you guys, you get to that point, I mean, like I say, I'm close to the commissioners down in Clark County, I mean, I'm sure they would share anything. And Jack, he's like the vice president of the AIC. of the
Oh, yeah?
commissioners.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Hoffman down in Clark County. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a resource for our commissioners. So Jack
Okay.
got that right there in their backyard.
yeah.
This is my personal.
All right,
stuff here.
appreciate that, Greg.
Thank you.
Who's up this month, guys?
Me,
You are? Yeah, I am too.
I'm unopposed.
I am too, so Laura.
I think some, I had some ladies I thought might have found somebody run against me.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. Nobody signed up.
But the last time I won by 78% when I had a Democrat run against me, so they're more than welcome.
Yeah, we're still kind of not real firing integration with Scott, you know, it's still delicate there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully it'll be all right. They didn't sign anybody up yet. They probably, somebody, you know, they can't help themselves.
Yep. Yeah, oh, yeah.
I the state principal, Jackson area,
Yeah.
he runs a sign shop. So I stopped in there to get some signs because, I need some more signs. My signs are so old, faded out.
Yeah. Oh, I got $5,000 of them sitting up in my rafters that are ready to be put out.
Yeah.
I have four 4x8s, and I'm gonna go put them up this week, even though I'm running unopposed.
That's
just
what
to-
I thought I'd do.
Just to put my big ones up and be done with it. Yeah.
See you guys.
Hey,
Thank
good to
you.
see again. Have you been looking at any of your emails? Have you sent, I don't know if you've looked in your emails since? Okay. Okay, all right. Well, we got the housing down in Rexville with no say. Tad saying that you're already addressing all this?
You gotta basically take a lawsuit that one, so the safer properties or whatever.
Yeah. So is the person that made the complaint, anybody let her know what's going on? For
Not
that-
for a while.
Okay, because that's, I don't
I
know.
don't think so. I haven't.
Let me ask you this, has the health department checked the sewage thing yet? Because that's right up there, like, I mean, if there's not proper,
She just found out about it today.
okay.
She did.
So she needs, because that's
She knows
a
about it.
environmental EPA, like that might be enough right there to where we,
What's weird is it was a lot that was apparently approved prior to zoning requirement that you have your own, sufficient road frontage and such, and access to by easement. But they built apparently without a permit or application permit, not really built it before.
And that's what it sounds like, yeah, living out of a couple buildings.
And then it looks like he added a second building, but I don't know if anyone's living in that. It's 2 violations or.
So I'm not sure what we need, I mean, we're waiting on, we have a lawsuit.
Basically, we've sent a couple of letters trying to get compliance. The planning commission understands to the level where, you know, it's a lot that maybe can exist, but it should, so. Basically, it's all we get a lawsuit.
Okay, so then Tara sent an email saying that she felt they should get a couple people, governing bodies to go look at it, so we don't even need to do that.
Now, we know what the
Okay,
situation
all right.
is, it's just getting around to it. I think the company actually owns it, maybe in Illinois.
So then so the person that sent the complaint has not heard anything over the last 2 years. I'm gonna it's okay to get with her, let her know what's going on, so that she knows
And-
we're working on it. Okay,
Can we make sure that John gets copied in an email?
I will.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that way, because she needs to understand, she wants action. So-
Yeah, I just wanted an official record that we're responding to her, because
Yeah.
she's not, said she's not getting responded to, so.
Okay, all right. All right. So, Cheryl,
Yes,
do you want to come up early?
I'm good, whatever you want me to do.
Well, you're more than welcome to come up if you're ready.
This is Janice Wilson, who came with me. Most of you know Janice. I came as two heads today. The Historical Society wants to thank you for putting the plaque back up in the courthouse. It sat in the archives for quite a while, and I guess it got delivered from the courthouse to the Veterans Office, and they didn't want it, so they brought it back to us.
So we were just talking about that a little bit ago, so I'm glad you're here. It has not been hung back up yet,
Okay,
but we were asked if we could hang it out. So there's a hole in the courthouse, like
a hole.
Yes.
There's just, on the far side, up on the side, it was a vent for an elevator vent, and there's a hole in the side about this big, and we was wondering if you guys would mind if it was mounted outside. That would be a good place to put it where that hole
Can people
was,
see it? Is it
where
low
everybody can
enough?
see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or, I mean,
We have a meeting the 12th, but I don't think anybody will have any objection, but
As
I'll,
long as it's weather.
yeah, well, you think the weather will bother it?
no, it's a bronze plaque.
It's a
I don't-
bronze, that's what I was
I
gonna
don't think the
say.
weather would
I don't
hurt it at all. I
think
mean,
it'll
I
hurt it
just,
at all.
that would be a good way to get it outside where a lot of people could see it
Could see it,
anytime.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's up in the corner where, I don't know if you've seen the pile of rock that's up in the corner for
Yeah.
landscaping. It's in that corner, and that's all going to be landscaped. It would be there where, I mean, it would be
Okay.
kind of be part of the landscaping.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's up to you.
Well, I can bring it up at the meeting
Yeah.
on the 12th.
Okay. And if that doesn't happen, we'll get it back up in the
Yeah, go back
courthouse
on the
somewhere
wall.
in the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, he's going to measure it to see if it'll fit in that spot, and if it doesn't, then we'll get it hung.
But he is cleaning it up, getting some of the paint off of it from the years, and he's going to
Right.
get it cleaned up regardless and get it put
It-
back up. It'll be.
It needed some
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, so, yeah, we'll get that straightened out. So-
All right.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate it. Okay, my next thing is I'm going to hand you out a flyer.
Be careful with that little step down there,
Yeah.
please.
I'll just stay down here. When you're old, you can't do a lot.
I've seen people hit it. Horrible design.
Thank you.
Okay, the DAR wants to thank you for letting us put the marker up, which will be displayed. It has 26 Ripley County veterans on it on the 6th of June, which you can see on your flyer. And we have raised enough money to get it done and to get it set and put up. So we're thankful for all our donations. And I do have someone that's going to drill it, set it for us,
Okay.
which is my son Alan. He volunteered, and we will do that sometime in May so that we can hang the sign up before the 6th of June.
Okay.
And is it still okay to put it there in that side yard? And should I call 811 to make sure?
We'd have Craig do
We,
that.
we need to have our maintenance guy, he needs to coordinate with him, make sure that he knows, because he kind of knows where the lines are running.
Okay.
I think Craig would coordinate if we need to decide whether,
And then if he needs to call 811, he
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do that,
yeah.
because he's got
Okay.
our address.
Would you like his phone number?
Yep, here's the pen. Okay. What's his first name?
Craig
Craig.
Herbert. And he's the maintenance man for the building.
812-593-0233.
Okay, 593 233. Okay, and he can, my phone number's not on your paper, but it's just got Judy Kappas, who's our
Do you
regent.
know where they're located at?
But you're welcome to have my phone
Going
number.
in- It's going in this corner here where the Democrat tent sits.
Says the northeast corner.
Yeah, northeast corner.
I think when you do call 811, what's that, they give you a window of time, once those lines are marked, it's what, 2 weeks roughly?
Something like that. It's not, it's a little bit of time, but not a lot.
So the northeast corner would be across from the town building, right there on that
Yeah.
corner? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to, or should I call him?
You coordinate with Craig.
Craig will take care of all that.
Okay.
If you definitely know a time if there's a likelihood you'll be digging, I'd try and,
Well, we wanted to get it done probably about the middle of May or toward the end of May because of getting the poles set and letting it set up till we could, it's pretty heavy sign.
I think from the time they call, you gotta give them 48 hours to mark the lines, and then after that's done, I think you got like 2 weeks at that ticket, to get your ticket number,
Okay,
that's good for.
okay.
Well, Alan and Craig should probably
Yeah.
coincide.
Coincides with
absolutely.
each
And,
other,
and,
yeah.
and when they do that, have them use flags instead of painting the ground.
Okay,
That way we can pull the
Flags.
flags out when they're done.
Well, that'd be Craig, Craig will touch. I mean, before anybody digs anything, Craig needs to make sure it's okay to dig it. He should mark it.
Right. I know that.
Yeah.
yes, okay.
They'll go in there and mark it with paint.
I'll talk to Craig then and see what we can come
Okay.
up with. We are going to have a little reception. The town hall is letting us use that building because our state regent and several officials, state officials are coming. So you're all welcome to come over that day.
I was just getting ready to put it in my calendar, and I see that I have something going on.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's unfortunate.
The reason, we were going to do it the 4th of July, but there's too much going on, and the state people couldn't come at that time. So that's the reason for the 6th, but that's Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think is this probably the first Saturday for the?
Yes, the market,
the
first
market
Saturday
to be
for the
open?
market.
So, yeah, I think, so the bathrooms or restrooms should be open then. So
Yeah.
I think that should work out good.
Yes. Anybody have any questions for us?
I do not have any.
No, thank you for doing that, and apologize about the sign. It was
Oh, that's okay.
miscommunication.
I'll bring it up at the
Yeah.
or our historical meeting on
Okay.
the, well, it's not the 12th, it's the 19th,
Okay,
the 19th.
Okay.
all right.
All right.
So-
Thank you
so
very
I
much
guess
for
I
your
do have a
time.
question. Is there anybody in your group that has a lot of history on the courthouse? Knows much about?
Well, in our history books, we've got quite a bit of history.
Okay. Because, we have that one bell that we're removing to get all the weight out of the top, to get it out of there.
Uh-huh.
And a couple people have asked me when it was even put in, if we have any history on it, and I really don't know if anybody has
I'll look it
anything.
up for you, Roger.
Okay.
Because,
Because we're going to put it on display somewhere.
okay,
It'd be nice to get a plaque or something made
Yeah.
with some of the history on it.
okay. I'll look it up, because we do have quite a bit in our history book that they did out, so.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm assuming that bell was from when the tower was rounded.
It could have been, yeah.
Alex, do you have anything for us?
No, I just came to make sure you guys don't have anything for me.
No? Don't think so.
No. To get your vehicle straightened out.
Yeah, yeah.
Get it ordered?
Do what?
Is it ordered?
Yeah, it's ordered. So,
You still haven't figured out what was in your gas?
it's still haven't heard.
Okay,
I don't know, honestly. But,
okay. All right, no, you don't, thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Public comment?
I sent it.
Just a quick question. And I'm here as a taxpayer because I've pretty well shut everything else off. John, as the park board, because Mark can verify this, over a year ago, we was told to get rental agreements done and ownership of stuff done over there. Has the park board ever sent you anything to review and bless? Because I'm going to the park board meeting Wednesday
Justin
night.
basically brought me some stuff of things that would need to be reworked and redone, and I think 4-H came up with a contract that I reviewed.
Have they ever decided who owns what over there? Well, there was a big argument about the stalls. And who has to pay to put them up and all that.
I don't know
And
the answer
that's
to
why I
that.
wanted to know who has ownership of them. Because I'm a taxpayer and that would be part of the stuff that,
I think the last thing that had come up regarding the stalls and things like that is they're gonna basically put an amendment or attach a paper to that contract that has it clearly states what happens if they're being put down, taken down or put up, and what the charges are gonna be going forward.
well, I was just wondering about ownership of
I mean,
because that would make a big, to me, legally, that would make a big impact on deciding who is responsible for putting them up and taking them down. If the park is making money off of them when they are rented. Like when, the one used to have the horse shows over there. She rented the barn. Part of that money should have went back towards, if the park owns them, or 4-H owns them, that should go back towards the expense of having them set up and taken down. You see what
I'm just confused as to why it's even an expense when years ago, whoever used the daggone stalls put them up and took them back down, and it was
4-H
never an
always
issue.
did, correct? But we've had people get injured, and now some of them some of the young ones will desecrate me. Some of the people are not like they used to be, as far as workers on getting stuff prepped.
When Sierra was in the horse club out there for 4-H, the parents and the people that
I
ran
even
the
helped set them
horse-
up over years because I was a volunteer.
So I don't know who,
Great.
to answer your question, I don't know who owns them. That, all that stuff's supposed to be in that contract, so to speak, and someone needs to add it. If they're not gonna claim them, then,
Well, that's
But
why I
Sierra's
was
also
asking.
24 years old, so, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a long time ago.
24, 25 years old.
But you guys, the 4-H took them down then, right? By
Took
hand?
them up and took them down.
By hand?
It's usually a bobcat he can be somewhere. I don't know whose
Well,
bobcat we
we,
use.
we would take the top latches loose, and instead of having to pack them clear to the far end of the barn, because that's where we always put them and chained them, so if anybody used that, they wouldn't fall on them. We'd use the tractor with forks or the skid loader with forks, pick them up, slide them on, drive down through there, unload them by hand.
Talking to that mic better.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Okay.
want people to hear what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Well-
Because they said, the boys that took them down last time tore them up with a skid loader and they did not use one.
But they didn't use the forklift to, or the 4-H people, when I've done it, did not use them to pull into them. All we done was used them to drive down the center aisle to the west end. Then we'd take our hooks that are like 18 to 24 inches long, you grab them on the bottom, you grab a rail up here, you slide them off and set them down. I don't know what the controversy is on the other, whether such and such used this or that or whatever. I do know that some were bent, but some of them was bent when the Amish used them out there on 800 South.
Could be, I don't know.
Oh, no, I still got pictures.
Supposedly all that damage was fixed, what 4-H said, or somebody said to me.
There was 4 of them.
The Amish fixed them,
Been up and fixed,
supposedly.
but I was just wondering if they ever did get, so there's no
They
more,
brought some documents over to me, but I haven't really had any guidance about what the prices are gonna be or anything like that, so I've done nothing with it.
okay.
4-H did work out their contract last year, and then I think it went back and forth between them as far as any type of further rental agreements or things like that. I've taken a look at the food pantry a little bit and sent an email with some suggestions on that of how to deal with that in the future. But that lease doesn't expire until
January 1 of 27, because I sat on the board when we discussed about trying to
December.
go in and adjust it early, and everybody said, no, let it ride out till 27. And then, have they gotten any of the other agreements made with the other people that store up there
I haven't-
that
I don't
pay
think that
rent?
got done yet, no.
I think it's a work in progress.
13 months, 14 months?
I think the main one, to be honest with you, the main one was 4A.
Right, the
And things have-
agreement
and-
between
and-
4-H.
And things have somewhat calmed down over there to where it probably hasn't been reinvigorated. You know, it hasn't been stirred up enough for us to continue to
Well-
ask for those. But the next one is the food pantry one. I did speak with Kenny Bowling, and he said that as of now, there's nothing changing with the food pantry. Like, it's not like they're going out of business or any of that. So, because I heard rumor of that and thought, well, I'll call Kenny and ask.
No,
And,
that's going to keep right on going
He said-
because of the way it's funded.
yeah, he said no, so, but if there is anything that we want to change as far as electric and stuff like that, we need to do that before that contract's up, so, but that's that.
So, I mean, on these horse stalls, you're asking who owns them. So is it not pretty evident who bought them? Where'd they come from?
Depends upon who you ask.
I mean,
And I'm-
they just show up out there one day?
No, it depends upon who you ask, because nobody's been able to produce the original, all the original paperwork from when that project was done, or when the property got signed over from 4-H to the county.
So they've been there that long?
I've asked for copies of it.
4-H in the county, when the county took it over, it was in 93 or 94, and the horse barn wasn't built till 2000.
But 4-H done a lot of fundraisers, that's why people were asking who actually paid for them, or how did all the stuff get paid
The
for?
paperwork I seen that 4-H dedicated $13,000 or $14,000, somewhere in that neighborhood, and the rest of it come from other sources.
There was grants wrote by 4-H and all that, and that's where, you know, nobody can give solid answers because nobody has the, what I've been told, nobody has the true receipts or copies of checks or invoices where they was paid and who paid for them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whether 4-H Corporation, Horse and Pony, Amy's office, way back when.
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
But I was
to that.
just
It is
asking.
something that I have requested the park board to kind of, all right, we had this hoopla about who took them down and all that. Write it on a piece of paper and say, this is the way it's done, approve it in your meeting, staple it to the contract, and next year, instead of arguing about it, just do as it's supposed to be done.
But you
So-
see my point, if they rent it out over there, take a little bit of that money and stick it back to have them put up, saying that 4-H just uses them once a year, just for the fair, but it's rented out to, say, John for 3 horse shows. They make money off them stalls in that horse barn. Why not take part of that money and stick it back?
You'd have to ask the park board that question.
Well-
I don't know.
And I have.
One could even propose a security deposit, so if there's any damage to the panels, it's probably not enough to buy a new one, but you start building in the fund to replace it.
Right.
I don't know. Some thoughts.
All right, well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Y'all
you.
have a good day.
Yep, you too.
Probably should have the mic on. Is Kyla not coming?
She's not up till 2:30.
She's at 2 o'clock.
Kyle was at 2 o'clock.
Oh, she was, oh, sorry, I was thinking.
Guess not.
My bad.
So we're just waiting on Aaron. You guys have anything in particular, or?
Life is good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I'll think of something here before we leave.
On your way home?
Yeah, probably.
That's normally when I have the, oh crap, I forgot
All right.
this.
Yeah. So, did they approve this sign they're putting up there?
That was done by Chris and Kendall.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't recall
Yeah.
it.
It was
Okay.
done a couple years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see. I might have a tree planted over there where they wanted it, I don't
We can find a way around it.
know. We don't need it right next to it.
Just so it's not close enough to grow into it.
Okay. But,
So this
there's
Greg Prince that was here, he was one of those engineering firms.
B&N,
Yeah.
or what is it? Yeah, BF and S.
He gave me his commissioner card. Did you hear us talking about you?
No.
Okay, the DAR ladies that are putting the sign up, the Daughters of the Revolution, they're putting that sign up in the courthouse. We gave them your contact information to coordinate the 811 stuff. Just so you're aware that they'll be reaching out prior to the whole, you don't have to do anything, I think, except for that. It's kind of making sure that's going in the right spot and not going over any of our utilities. So, we gave them your contact information.
Did you get to measure the hole?
Yes, it'll cover it.
We have approval from them to hang that there as well.
Okay.
So,
Yep, it'll cover everything.
All right,
perfect.
thank you.
Great.
Yep.
Thanks, Greg. Again.
Come on, Aaron.
The stock market sure is worried about oil prices climbing.
The stock market went rocking, I checked earlier, it was rocking and rolling this morning and then took a big old dump.
It's, the Dow Jones is up 151, but the NASDAQ's down 127, so
Yeah, my
it's a good day to own oil stocks.
dreams of retirement are not being looked at for the next coming months. Last year at this time, it went down drastically, but I made it all back, and some, so. It's like I tell the guys I work with, nice that we got paid on Friday, we're just buying it cheap.
Tech stocks are getting pummeled.
If there was anything in the market that needed a correction, it was the tech stocks, in my opinion. You know, your NVIDIA and chip makers, and, I mean, they were dragging up things for so long in the last couple of years.
You send me something?
I just replied to that, Stacy about that septic. So,
Okay.
I know, we don't need to really call Craig back in, but I heard last week that the men's restroom door was left unlocked, and nobody really knows how long it's been unlocked. That somebody came up through the courthouse one morning and from the outside, and they did go down and check, and it was unlocked. You know, and we've kind of talked about this before. You know, I'm kind of thinking it could have been, it maybe has been unlocked since December when they had the Christmas on the square. Nobody knows. So should we look at starting having some type of sign out sheet when those doors are locked or unlocked, so we can kind of basically have some accountability for who's unlocking them? For the, like, you know, if it's going to be on Saturday and they're going to unlock them for the Saturday morning, at least we know who's unlocking them and who's locking them back. And what's your guys' thoughts on that?
As far as I know, it's Joe Mann on the weekend.
Well, I mean, if that's
I
who it
think-
is, then he should have the sign, he should be the
Yeah,
one signing it, saying he's locking them and unlocking them. I mean.
Right. Otherwise, I think Craig's got a key, but I thought Craig said there was 4 people who had keys. So, maybe the janitors, or something.
I guess, you know, where would we put something like that at? I mean, I agree that, I mean, we need to let somebody know that if, you know, if we're not gonna do that now, that it's on our radar and we don't want it to happen again.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then that's gonna be the next course of
It
action.
was raised as a security risk.
Oh, 100%.
Because that person somebody could come through and bypass the metal detector.
Right.
Yeah.
And I figured, I heard that Lee was informed. I'm surprised Lee didn't bring it up. I don't know, maybe, I don't know what they're wanting. I don't know if he maybe,
And something too, we need to maybe ask Lee every Monday that courthouse security goes down there and double checks that. I mean, there's security staffing there.
It wouldn't hurt for them to check it every day.
Yeah, I mean,
It's part of security.
yeah. So is that something we need to pursue with Lee? I mean, kind of get a
Yeah.
plan with him?
let's see if we can let's see if we can get some help with Lee on it.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know, because all you gotta do is just go check them.
Because them guys, I mean, they show up to work and check things or do stuff that would make sense.
Yep.
And then if we keep on running into
So if that's the
issues-
case, then they're probably going to need a key. They're going to probably want a key.
Well, if it's unlocked, yeah.
They can't lock it, it can't be locked without a key.
I don't think so. Boy, I
Okay.
understand it. It's one of them that they lock or unlock.
But then,
It's keyed inside and outside.
well, if they go check them, all they have
Well,
to
it's
do
a
is
push
call
button
Craig.
door, but it can either, it's locked to where the lock is functioning, or it's not unlocked to where the lock doesn't function. I mean, when you push the button. I don't think I don't know if there's a key on the inside and out. I kind of, and I apologize, I didn't go look at it. I thought it might have been a thing that in the door that they lock inside the door to where it makes it work. I don't know.
I've never paid attention to
You know, some of them have that hex, like this one I hear has some type of thing you stick up in it and lock it. It's not even a key. Yeah.
So yeah, let's see if Lee can have his folks check that, and if we continue to, and they can report back to us as it has been. Then I think at that point, Roger will have to get with whomever's unlocking it and come up with
Yeah.
a process.
And if they find it, that it's unlocked, all they have to do is let Craig know and they can slip.
Well, that's the thing too, we could have Craig, you know, whoever's unlocking it has to text Craig and say, hey, it's 9:30 on Saturday morning, I'm unlocking the door, and hey, it's 10:30 at night and unlock the door. You know, I know it's more responsibility for him, especially on a weekend, but a simple text message, just letting him know, and
Yeah.
Tax bills are going out tomorrow.
ooh,
Yeah.
mine went up at the lowest increase in 6 years. Not much.
Since you got a free trip to go look at the data centers,
Oh yeah, I gotta submit my expense report to the county for that.
I think we all three ought to go investigate this.
Maybe we'll make a trip to the Facebook one when they get that one done.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see whether it's one of them water cooled or air cooled.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not-
Seriously, it would be. I mean,
I'm
it'd be a
not-
good thing to know. Get
I'm not
knowledge.
saying like I'm for or against it, but you know, it was interesting to hear all the
Did you
negativity.
guys even look at the email that Patty sent with all the suggestions? Because she couldn't be here today.
Yes, I looked at it.
Come on up, we're waiting on you.
Oh, dear.
You're our last
Oh, shoot,
business
sorry.
for the day.
There's
Okay.
a paper too, Aaron, that you need signed.
Okay. Well, essentially, every single year, Catch a Ride has to submit a, what's called a Section 5311 grant to NDOT for our operations. And I think it was 2 years ago, they started requesting for us to come and have these resolutions signed by every county that we operate in, which basically says that you designate us to be your provider, because only one provider can operate in the county. So it's just kind of a more formal way of saying that you guys give us permission to provide the services. And so now we have to come back every year and get this re-signed. So that's what we're looking for, a signature on this.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. That was easy. Sorry I kept
Yep.
waiting.
I was just gonna blame your husband.
Yeah, that's good. I do that all the time.
Who made the motion?
I did.
I was gonna tell you, just for your own information. It looks like, well, this is from 2024, we're still pulling together a 2025, new kind of data sheet, but we provided over 8,500 trips in 2024, and it's increased a little bit in the last year as well, so. And that's Ripley County specific.
Okay.
Do you guys have any other questions or anything?
I don't have any.
I don't, I'm good.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate your.
I would
yeah, I
have
do
done
have-
that in, but I would have done that on my own.
No, it's no problem. I want to
But
be here in
two
case you guys have
new-
any
two newer
questions. and-
Commissioners, because I don't remember
Yeah.
them being here the last time that
Okay.
they had to sign that.
We will.
Maybe you were?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't think so.
So-
So that's completely
No,
on
that's
me,
okay.
Aaron.
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
the next time if you don't want to come over, you don't have to.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
don't
what I
mind.
was-
It's always good if anybody has any questions. I mean, are you guys familiar with Catch a Ride?
I haven't used it yet.
Well, you should. I'll tell you, it's
Just by looking at it, you
available
could tell he should be using it, is that what you're saying?
I'll tell you, it's available actually to anyone for any purpose.
Maybe, are you hiring? Maybe that's what he needs is a little side gig.
I do need drivers all the time.
There you go. You can do that and you drive around here in Versailles. Keep
I
you
do think
busy.
that there are a lot of misconceptions though, because I think people think that it's only, because we're an area agency on aging as well, and so I think sometimes people think that it's only for our aging population or only for medical appointments, but it's not. Anyone can use it for any purpose. And then we do have contracts in place for anyone who has a form of insurance that will pay for their medical trips. So whether that be Medicaid, managed, or some form of managed care or anything like that, then that way they're not paying those costs out of pocket.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So you'll go pick up somebody and take them to work
Uh-huh.
and pick them back up. How much does that cost the person?
If they're going to be paying out of pocket, our lowest fare is actually $2 for a 5-mile trip. That's for anyone who has a permanent disability or is over 60. Otherwise, it would be $3. And so then that'll get you the first 5 miles, and then it's an extra quarter per mile thereafter. So it's extremely affordable in comparison to Uber or Lyft or any other type of taxi. And that's because of this Section 5311 grant that we get, because it essentially pays for half the cost of the trip, and then we're raising local match to, the grant is 100% match requirement. So we're raising funds to match that grant through the local governments, through our Medicare, Medicaid contracts, that sort of thing. And then that then allows the fares to stay really low.
So it's limited to 5 miles, or is that
No,
just?
no, no. I'm just saying that our fares start at $2 or $3 for the first 5 miles, and then it's an extra quarter thereafter for
Extra
every
quarter,
mile.
every mile?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my.
It's
What's
very
your phone
cheap in
number?
comparison. You know, if you went 5 miles in an Uber or something like that, it's going to cost you somewhere between $13 and $20 is kind of what I've seen. So, 10, yeah, okay. Yeah, so,
allow you to do
In Cincinnati, just to go around the block though.
right, yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, what?
and Saturday nights, care cabin? And just jack the rates up?
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, so we're Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Several years ago, we used to do weekend transit, actually. But the reality is, for the folks that primarily utilized Catch a Ride, they have more resources available to them on the weekends, family members, friends, things like that. And we just didn't have enough activity to keep us busy over the weekend to warrant having the dispatchers and the supervisors and all that. So everybody gets their, better service.
Do you have a card or anything to where I can get a hold of you if I need you or not?
Maybe. I think I do.
Or give it to someone as well? So,
Yeah. That's my direct number.
okay, thank you.
But if anyone needed to schedule a ride with Catch a Ride, there's just an 800 number. And they can actually call up to.
So if you don't mind, just the microphone, because this is being
Sorry.
recorded,
Oh,
you're getting
sorry.
some free publicity.
I'm all over the place.
So yeah, you can make sure you get your word out there.
Okay, so folks can actually schedule up to 30 days in advance, and they do that by calling 800-330-7603. And like I said, it's available to anyone for any purpose, and it doesn't mean that you have to schedule that far in advance. You can call us same day if you need to, but particularly for folks who are out in the county or have to be to work or an appointment at a specific time, the earlier you call, the better, because our schedule starts wide open and it gets, shorter and shorter.
What's the hours again that they'll do this?
Monday through Friday, 6 to 6.
6 to 6?
Yep.
Okay. Okay,
All right, any other questions?
thank you.
All right,
Thank you very much.
thank you. Good afternoon.
Amy, what were you, email from Patty about insurance? I was trying to find that here.
I couldn't find it either.
Well, did you send it to us, Amy? I don't think it was from her, was it?
This email we got about
It was
this,
from me.
the formal complaint email that was about the sheriff's office has already been forwarded to John. We are not responding to that.
He needs to talk to the attorney of record.
One thing at a time, guys.
Sorry.
So the email that was sent from Patty to me, I forwarded to you guys because she stated that she wasn't able to be here. I had also sent another email asking if you guys could do virtual, but I didn't hear anything from that.
So could you, I mean, I don't see anything about the virtual. I'm not saying you didn't, but could you forward it to us? I mean, was it, I'm searching, was it under acopeland@ripleycounty.com? Or was it under
I don't know.
auditor?
I'll be honest, I don't know which one I sent.
Okay, because that's what I was searching.
I just resent it. I still have it right here in front of me, like I have it in my inbox. And that's okay, because the virtual's out of luck now, like it's not a big deal. She'll be here the next meeting.
Okay.
So we'll just be maybe a couple weeks behind on, we may have to double up on insurance premiums, one paycheck.
I'm sorry, I was.
Because I don't know if we get 2 weeks, we can get signups done and get everybody either waived or not waived.
So can we talk about it and decide what we want to do today?
In my opinion, I'm just gonna say this, since we're already this late, I would probably just, since we're already, Patty's not here to answer any of your questions, I would probably wait, unless
Okay.
if you have questions, because I don't wanna answer incorrectly. So that's just my opinion. And as long as we can get, let me see what payrolls do for.
What do you think about what Lee threw at us today?
I think it's something we need to ask her about. This is under standard. It's a matter of how much does it cost.
So as long as we can get them in by maybe the 1st, we can get everybody updated the following week for the payroll that comes out on the 11th. So I think we'll still have time if we
Okay.
do it on the 13th.
Okay. So what are you guys kind of thinking about these options here a little bit?
The funny thing is, I'm not seeing them.
Oh, you ain't seen
I'm
it?
not seeing the options.
It is, it's on
I just forwarded it to you.
3/20/2026. No.
It's under, I mean, if you search renewal analysis, it'll bring that up. I mean, it's got all the different information.
I think I just erased the damn thing. Fuck. Did, maybe.
All right, I found that.
When you see that email's for me, I don't send it to you to,
It's
just
funny
send it
because,
to you because I usually need an answer or it's really important.
I mean, it's funny because I just didn't see it. But
I mean, the center tab on the first spreadsheet for the contribution analysis for $2,500, that's what we had talked about doing, was the $2,500 deductible. So with that being said, did that change? I mean, the deductible changed but did the price stay the same?
I thought we were gonna leave everything the same except for that.
So it looks, I mean,
I thought that we still short on funds. I thought we was gonna have to still chip in or let them pay a little bit.
See, that's why I think you guys need to have Patty.
Yeah, let's wait
If I
till
if I
Patty's.
recall, I mean, that's what she said that day. I thought.
but that was if we went to the 2,500, this is our new analysis, I don't, with the prices staying the same, I don't think we would have to pay anything different. It would make it stay close to the same, I thought.
Yeah, I thought that was the thought, was that if we bump that. if
It
we
may
bumped
change it a little, but not a lot. I don't have
Send
my,
that
let
to
me
me. I
look.
accidentally got rid of it somehow. I can't find it.
So, but I think we probably should
I
make a
just
decision.
resent it. I just resent the email.
Did? Okay, let me go back to the top.
So, yeah, I would say we probably need to make sure, and you're okay, Amy? That's what we do?
It's fine.
Okay. All right. I don't want to screw anything up by,
Right. Because if we're still gonna have to raise insurance, then I would be an advocate of not changing to $2,500 deductible.
I don't think
Give me
we,
just a second and I'll
yeah.
tell you. Give me
I don't think we are changing what anyone else pays or any of that. It's just like $500 more on the deductible. So each employee would have to pay that, which in return keeps our increase in our cost the same.
Exactly.
To where we don't have to, if we leave that the same, with the current status, then we're probably gonna have to raise the premium. So it's kind of a way that we don't have to raise the premium, and it doesn't hurt somebody if they're not having to use the insurance.
So I guess that's it, ain't it?
So, I mean, that's basically, the $500 deductible would be the equivalent to a $20 pay period
Increase.
increase.
But that would only reflect to the people that have to use it. If you don't hit
If
the
you have to
deductible,
use it,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
If you don't use it or you don't meet your deductible, then you're not paying more money for your insurance.
Yes.
It looked to me like it was staying the same, but I just wanted to make sure that,
I think that's what our intentions were,
Yep.
for that, the deductible to go up a little bit, and,
Okay, so if you fund to midpoint, then with the $2,500, it looks like the medical, like, we pay $554.95 premium on employee only, which that's every 2 weeks, so hold on. Give me just a second here. Gotta do some math because we break it down, and she doesn't. So 1109.90, so it would go up a little bit. So it would go up from 1109.90 to 1198.06. And then the employees pay $84.95, which is $169.90. She kept that the same. She kept all the employees' premiums the same. And ours up some. The county's portion up some, because you guys wanted to keep that all the same if you raised it to 2,500.
so the 1109.90,
Is what we're paying now.
that's what we're paying now, and the expected PEs is the one right under, is what we're looking to go to.
The midpoint,
Is that what that expected?
usually midpoint is what we go to, because that
Right.
gives us a little extra.
Okay. So we're paying, so we'll be paying basically $90 more per person
Correct,
for what type of period?
till next year,
I know, but that $90 covers what? That's how much?
$90 a month.
$90 a month, right? I just want to make, so it's $90 a month we're going to be paying out of, the county's going to be paying.
Yeah,
And that's by going to a $2,500
Yeah.
deductible. So going to the $2,500 deductible,
So that's $45 a pay period, that's what you're saying too, right?
no,
That's too
that's, the county's paying that.
Well,
Right.
we're, yeah.
Yeah.
But, and if you stay at the $2,000 deductible, the midpoint is $12,1894. You keep the employees the same, which means it's gonna be almost $200.
Right, $200 more a month. that the
Per
county-
employee. That's just employee portion. That's just the employee. Like, that's not employee spouse, employee children, employee
Right,
family.
yeah, okay, yeah. Right, so just want to clarify, I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
with the employee paying the same per month. That extra money she's talking about is the county absorbing it. Just to be clear on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So if we go with the $2,500 deductible, even the additional, I mean, we should be able to support the additional $98 per person per month
Yeah.
out of the county's fund?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, as long as everybody agrees, I mean,
So how many employees are we going to be paying on that per month?
114?
114 times 90?
Well, no, it's all different. I mean, that's just employee. And we have, looks like 68 enrolled in employment and employee only. That's just the employee. That's not employee spouse, that's not employee children, or employee family. They're all different. They're all different premiums.
Are they? Okay. But on, how many was there? 68, you said? Just on the employees itself, that's an extra about 7,400, don't we? 73,440 just on the employees themselves. A year. Not counting their spouses and whatever. And that comes what, out of the general fund?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not all it's going to be.
Right.
I mean, it'll be more than that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so there's nothing in these documents that says, based on the people that we have, this is how much more we're going to be paying next year. Because I would be nice to see that number and then what the number would be if we stayed with 2,000.
I can figure it for you.
That would be a question I would have for her. I'm not asking
She
you to
said
do
that was 200, so that'd be,
the $500 deductible would be justifiable by saying, this is how much the county is going to have to pay if we don't do this. And that it'd be nice for everybody to hear that number, was it's going to be
Right.
a,
Mhm.
yeah.
I agree.
Okay, so we should expect Patty at our next meeting.
I hope so.
If we have to have a special meeting or something, we
And
can.
I mean, we can have a special meeting. That's up to you guys. I mean,
Don't matter to me.
Would that make it easier on your people to get it done?
either way, it'll be okay.
I mean, whatever, because if we need to have a special meeting before.
As long
that-
as you guys set a date that the employees it doesn't take 2 weeks to fill out a piece of paper and tell us if you want insurance or not.
Right.
I mean, everybody should be able to get a piece of paper in stating they want the insurance or don't want the insurance in 2 weeks. That should not be a problem, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Right. Okay.
you know what it's like to work with
Yeah.
people, so.
Yeah, because I think you filled mine out for me. I don't know if I've ever signed one.
So is that what you're saying? Anybody that can't get it done in 2 weeks, just come to you and you'll fill it out for them? Is that what I have understood?
I have to have it, so, yeah, I mean,
All right. We have anything else?
Nope. I don't. You, Jeff? We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. think that's it.
All right.